When the lights come on, she's ready to rise. Donnelly steps up with faith in her eyes. Puzzle pieces fitting, stars up in the sky. With every prayer and song, she'll make your spirit fly.
She's got the voice that can heal the soul. Singing, gaming, she's on a roll. Star Wars battles to her prayerful light. Donnelly's shining through the night. Shine on, Donnelly's, you light up the way. Singing, praying, bringing hope today.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's,
You're our shining song. In the game or the prayer, she's standing tall. With every step, she answers the call. Blessings in her heart, light in her soul. With Donnelly's, we're ready to roll.
raise your hands, feel the groove. With her faith and her love, you can't lose.
From the galaxy far to the prayers so deep, Donnelly's is the joy we keep.
Shine on, Donnelly's, you're the light we need.
With every song and every prayer you lead.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's, you're our shining song. Shine on, Donnelly's. Shine on.
Good morning, and happy Friday! I guess it would be technically happy Black Friday. Did you guys find any good Black Friday deals? Let me see, make sure that my mic is still good. Yes, we are. You're doing well. You figured out how to set the new AC unit to heat and didn't wake up absolutely freezing. Yes! That is always a blessing. That is always a blessing. As you guys can see, I put a nice heavy blanket over my comforter. I always figure, you know what? It's better because I can always like remove covers. I can always like get the parts of my body that warm up, quicker out from under the covers and keep the parts that get cold easier under the covers. So the more covers I have, the better in the winter. So, I know my dad said he went to Walmart this morning and he did not find anything that he was interested in as far as Black Friday deals. But have you guys found anything that you like as far as Black Friday deals? What has been... how was your Thanksgiving? There we go. Did you get to spend time with your friends and family? I know, Soul, you and I and your dad got to hang out together, and it was amazing, and I loved it. Oh man, I made green bean casserole in the Instant Pot, and it was delicious. I figured out I made the rookiest of rookie mistakes when I was doing this recipe last year. So what it is the recipe says you need 3 cans of green beans, right? And so I got my three cans of green beans. And then it says, drain the green beans, reserving 3/4 cup, and then pour the liquid into the bowl, or into the pot. Somehow last year, both my mom and I somehow got it in our brains that meant, yeah, pour 3 cans worth of liquid into the Instant Pot. And so last year it was super duper runny and we couldn't figure out why. This year we realized our mistake and we only poured into the 3/4 cup of liquid, and it turned out mwah. Now the recipe itself does not call for water chestnuts, but I love my water chestnuts and I love my French's fried onions. So the secret to this recipe is that at the very end, while it's thickening up, keep it on keep warm, pour a small can of water chestnuts in there at the same time that you throw in the French's fried onions. Stir that all together so that way it's all nice and good to go. And then while it's keeping warm to let the sauce thicken, you're also warming up the fried onions, you're warming up the water chestnuts, and it is a blend of goodness. Good morning, Dusty. You don't know what would be harder today, shopping on Black Friday or staying away from Stranger Things spoilers? I feel like for me, it would be probably shopping on Black Friday. Because I'm not exactly I've only seen a couple episodes of Stranger Things, because I know that's the one with 11, and I know Soul showed me a couple episodes of it, and it was pretty good. I just have not had time to really sit down and watch it and binge it. So yeah, it's a definite thing. It's a definite thing. You haven't looked for Black Friday deals yet, you're kind of preoccupied these days, but that also puts you behind on Christmas shopping this year. The holidays really snuck up on you. I feel that in my soul. I feel that in my soul. Oh man. It's one of those things where I'm working on a Christmas present for my mom. And I realized the measurements that they gave me in this pattern. I did not realize, I have a hard time picturing measurements sometimes. I have to actually physically see it. And I realized, oh, I like the width, but the height I do not like. So I'm continuing to work on it and I'm hoping I have enough time. It's 28 degrees there. Let's see, what is it here right now? What is it here right now? It is currently 49. Wind gust up to 10 miles an hour. Well, there we go. Well, I had a great Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for dropping in. I hope you enjoy Arc Raiders. One of my friends was saying that he thinks that Arc Raiders is going to be very similar to how, it's going to open up doors for things the same way that games before Fortnite kind of paved the way for Fortnite. So he thinks this is going to be like a door-opening game for similar styles. So I'm excited to see what happens with it. I have yet to play it, but we'll see what happens. Right? I completely feel you on that, Soul, because I'm like, okay, you say it's this. You say it's this many inches, for example. What does that look like? You tell me oh, hey, it's the same. Give me a, hey, it's the same size as some kind of a plushie, or it's the size of a full-grown guppy. You know, something like that I can physically picture. Yeah, I can make that happen. But I like you sometimes need that tape measure to be like, okay, so that's what that looks like. So my Thanksgiving was great. I got to do some cooking, and then we had a friend from church, and then we had Sol and her dad over, and it was amazing. And then I got to go for a bike ride, and it was really, really good. I went nearly 5 miles. I went like 4.7 miles, and it was great. It was great. I'm really wanting to try and keep getting into shape. I'm hoping to be able to get out on my bike more often. I feel like this one really fits me well, and so I'm glad for that. And then let's see, what else? Today is going to be a kind of chill day. It's going to be a day of just relaxing. I might go and do a little shopping, but I'm like, part of me doesn't want to do that. Although, you guys, I am getting some yarn in the mail today. It is a 6-weight yarn. I have never worked with 6-weight yarn before. The heaviest I've worked with is a 5-weight. And so I brought home my 10mm hook from work, and I'm excited to see if it works with it. Amethyst! Good morning! How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a wonderful Thanksgiving? How is Zelda feeling? How are you? How is Craig? How are the kitties? I need a quick drink of water. So today, you guys, we're going to do some prayer time, and then we are going to dive back into Indiana Jones. We're going to see if we can find our way back to where we're supposed to be and get the information that we need to continue on our quest. Because I feel like I got us a bit lost, and I'm like, oh no! The quilt for our friend's daughter turned out absolutely massive compared to what you wanted. You didn't check the measurements first. You were worried the smaller patterns would have been too small, so you selected the largest one, which you definitely did not need to do. You told yourself it was just as well, because it would last her longer. Exactly! So for me, what I did when I made my first blanket, because my very first blanket that I made was actually for Kishu's second baby, and I wanted it to be like a car seat blanket. And so I had a friend of mine from church, the friend that was over yesterday, I had her kind of keep me in check. And I was like, oh, because to me, I'm like, oh, this looks like it would work really well. Because at first I wanted it to be crib size. And then I was like, no, I think car seat is actually probably better. And so, because you typically don't get a whole lot of car seat size blankets. You typically tend to get more crib size. And so so she helped me kind of picture what it needed to be. And so it was good. It was really good, and I loved the colors for that blanket. It was good. You're okay, just feeling tired today. The fur kids are good, and Craig is good. That's good. I feel you on the tired. Lately, I've woken up a couple of times in the night just because needing to go to the bathroom or any number of things. And so I'm like, I am definitely feeling a little more tired, but the coffee is helping. And I ordered more stitch markers, so that way I have a set for work and a set for at home. And for tomorrow, I have my light up crochet hook. And I've got the project, the sweater sitting right over here. And it is going to be amazing. So if you guys have any prayer requests at all, please feel free to drop them below in chat. we're going to go ahead and enter a time of prayer. And then from there, we'll dive into the game. You made tie blankets for your cousin's kids, and they turned out perfect, but your first quote was not what you expected. You'd like to make another at some point, though. I remember tie blankets. Were you in Interact Club at our high school, Soul? Because I seem to remember our Interact Club making tie blankets at one point. I vaguely remember that. I can picture it in my mind. Okay, you weren't, but you remember that was a thing. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. I'm not gaslighting myself into believing something good, because I'm like, you have to do something a little hard for you today. You have to go down to your dad's old apartment and get a few things out. It's hard, and it's been a hard year for you. It really has. You and Soul both have just been through the ringer this year. And some years are like that, you know? Unfortunately, some years are like that. Both the club and the blankets just have not made the association between the two. Gotcha. Yeah, maybe we did it at our elementary and middle school too. But I remember the Interact Club doing that, because I want to say I was I secretary that year? I don't remember. I remember I had some role in the Interact Club. But I do remember being in the cafeteria at our high school making those blankets. Or maybe I was in the choir teacher's room, because the choir teacher was the club leader person. I don't remember. But I do remember making them. And maybe it was both. Maybe we did it both in middle and high school. Yeah, I remember. I'm more vividly remembering high school than middle school. Definitely that for sure. It could have very well been, because both schools, because I think they were both supporting the same ministry, and so that would make sense for it to be at both schools, if I remember correctly. And you know, it could have been just that multiple groups were making them at the same time as well. Because it could have been whatever group you remember doing it and the Interact Club both working on it together. Because that was also a thing at the high school, is all the different clubs getting together and working on those things. So that could have very well been it. Very, very well been it. Yeah, me too. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna definitely be praying for Amethyst as she does she goes to her dad's apartment today. Soul, I'm gonna be praying for you and your dad and your classes and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have our high school yearbooks right here next to me. I could, if I wanted, take the time to look through. Or if you guys wanted. But I really don't want to dox myself. So I think we'll do that off stream. But I definitely, because I do vaguely remember you possibly briefly being part of Interact. But I could be remembering a different picture. It could be a different picture from a different part of the yearbook. I legitimately do not remember. Exactly. We're not gonna dox anybody on stream. Exactly. Like, it's one of those, internet safety, it's a thing. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. So, let's go into prayer time, and then we will dive back into conversation and into the game. Dear Lord, thank you so much for who you are and how much you love us and all the blessings that you've given us throughout life, Lord. I ask that you be with each and every person here, with Kishu, with IB Fatbeard, with Soul, with Dusty, with Amethyst, anybody else who is lurking, anybody else who comes in later, Lord. I ask that you just be with each and every person, Lord. Let us just feel your presence today. I ask, Lord, that you just bring us closer and closer to you. I pray for Amethyst as she goes over to her dad's apartment today, that you give her peace and comfort and strength, Lord. I ask that she's able to find everything that she needs to find quickly, Lord. I ask that you be with Soul and her dad, be with her dad's health and give him miraculous healing, Lord. I ask that you be with her and her class as she wraps up this semester, Lord. Help her be able to get all of her projects done and to do well on her exams and to understand everything that's being taught, Lord. Be with her driving and help her to have courage to do that. I ask that you also just help her to continue to heal from the dermatologist thing, Lord. I ask that you be with Kishu and her family, Lord. Keep them close to you. Be with her unspokens, Lord. I ask that you just work in those and let her just feel your presence in those, Lord. I ask that you be with Just a Little Spark and her family. I ask that you just give them health, Lord. I know they've had bugs going around the house, Lord, so that you just be with her family, both immediate and extended, Lord. I pray over the situation with my extended family, Lord, that you just move mountains, Lord. I pray over Queen and the Kratos fam. I know that there's been some, her Queen's shoulder has been giving her trouble and her ankle, Lord. I ask that you be with my old roommate in California, that she does not have to get ankle surgery, Lord, that you just heal that ankle, Lord, and help her with her classes that she has coming up, Lord. Be with her husband as he starts a new job, Lord. I ask that you be with P Polyglot and S as they continue to settle in their new home, Lord, that you just bless them, Lord, bless their ministry as they bring people into their home to introduce them to American Thanksgiving, Lord. Let that go well. I ask that you be with Pastor Dustin and his family as they're traveling. Be with Lotu and her family and their major situation, Lord, that you just give healing and miraculous healing where there needs to be miraculous healing, Lord. Comfort where there needs to be comfort, Lord. Peace, and draw them close to you. I ask that you be with Bearded Beowulf and Wolfler and Zelda and Hype and Kyle and all the other amazing Christian streamers here on Twitch, Lord. That you just bless their ministry, Lord. Help us to be a light for you, Lord. Be with Lady Foes and Adaphos and sweet little baby foes. I ask that you be with just anybody who needs to feel your presence a little more strongly today. I ask that you be with those who need a softened heart to you, Lord. I think of my friends B and D, that you just soften their hearts and open their eyes to you and their need for you, Lord. I ask that you just move mountains, Lord, that need to be moved. Be with anybody who is struggling physically, whether illness or injury, Lord. I ask that you just give a healing touch, Lord. You are, I think is it Jehovah Rapha that is God our healer? And I ask that you just be with them and grant them that healing. Anybody who is struggling mentally, whether it's a mental thing, whether it's grief in this time of year, whatever it may be, Lord, where they are just struggling mentally, I ask that you give peace, comfort, and strength, and just draw us closer and closer to you every day. Let us have a fun time of fellowship today, and in your name I pray. Amen. Alright, we're gonna pause the music. I am going to bring up the game. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go into studio mode to make sure everything looks good. That moment you get a little something in your eyes. There we go. That ought to do it. And then I need to make sure that the game being captured is perfection right there. And then we can transition. And then I need to change the category